Good morning, everyone.
I'm Kenneth Low.
I'm Gabriel Zhang.
I am Oscar Zhang.
And I'm Jason Shed.
Today, we're going to discuss the urban redevelopment of the Kuntong Town Center. We will first talk about the background. Then, we will talk about the aim. We will then talk about the reasons behind the redevelopment and the impacts of it. Some constraints will be also discussed after the case. Lastly, a conclusion will be made on the aspects that we have covered.
Kenneth, do you know about the background of the redevelopment?
Yes, I have a clear image about it. Kuntong Town is one of the earliest developed urban areas in Hong Kong. Its planning and development history can be dated back to the 1950s. Now decades have passed and urban decay has planted its roots in Kuntong Town. Therefore, starting from 2005, the government has started research and initiated consultations towards redeveloping Kuntong.
Jason, do you know what the aims of urban redevelopment are?
Basically, the aims of urban development can be concluded in a few points. First, to improve the living environment in old districts. Second, to increase the efficiency of land use. Third, to create more effective and environmental friendly buildings and road networks. And fourth, to enhance districts with more attractive landscapes, urban designs and open spaces.
Let me add an example for a better understanding. For instance, being one of the most important facilities of the redevelopment project, the new Yuman Square public transport interchange was opened for use a few months ago. Innovative and smart elements such as an air-conditioned waiting area and smart ventilation facilities were installed, aiming to improve passengers' waiting environment and convenience.
There are many reasons leading to the redevelopment of the Kuntong Town Center project.
First and foremost, there are many aging buildings. These old buildings usually lack fire preventive measures, such as smoke-proof doors and sprinklers. In addition, there are a lot of unauthorized building works, such as subdivided flats, which further increases the risk of collapse and creating loss of lives and properties. Currently, there are around 10,000 buildings that are 50 years old or above in Hong Kong, which is surely a risk cannot be ignored.
Next, the poor living environment is also a reason for redevelopment. High housing density and lack of open space are some of the root causes leading to the heat island effect. Therefore, heat is trapped and wind can't enter to disperse the heat. Hence, the temperature is kept constantly high, leading to an unpleasant living environment.
Serious traffic congestion is also a reason behind redevelopment. Roads within old districts are narrow and only designed for one-way traffic. Moreover, illegal parking and cargo loading trucks worsen the problem. Roads fail to accommodate the traffic flow and will suffer from congestion. These problems can be seen within the Kuntong area, which is infamous for its traffic congestion. Places like Kuntong Road and its roundabout are traffic congestion black spots that see some of the most serious congestions in eastern Kowloon.
At the same time, the conflict over land use is also one of the reasons. Mixed land use is common in old districts. Usually, Chinese-style hardware shops are located on the ground floor. However, residential areas are located on the higher floors and suffer from air, noise, and visual pollution. Citizens' livelihood are negatively affected.
Economic reconstruction is also a reason leading to the redevelopment of the Kuntong Town Center. Manufacturing and low-order commercial activities declined and migrated to mainland China in the 1990s. Many of the old traditional factory buildings were left abandoned and disused. They soon went into disrepair, intensifying urban decay within the area.
To conclude, it is generally believed that with redevelopment, Kuntong Town City Center can not only be refreshed, but it can also continue to shine its characteristics within Hong Kong.
Does the redevelopment project bring us any benefits at all?
First, on the environmental aspect, redevelopment can provide more open space, green areas, and buildings with environmental friendly designs. it provides a more pleasant environment for citizens to carry out their daily activities.
Next, on the social aspect, citizens' convenience can be improved. Improvements in the transport network, such as reorganizing the road network, can solve the regional problem of overcongestion. Adequate barrier-free facilities, such as wheelchair ramps and lifts, can be provided to residents with special needs, such as the elderly, effectively responding to the aging population problem in Eastern Kowloon.
On the economic aspect, innovative commercial buildings with a higher value can attract investment and customers as the older district is transformed into a new shopping, leisure, and entertainment activity center.
More job opportunities will be provided. Furthermore, land resources can be used effectively. This can be seen in the energizing Kowloon East project as Kwun Tong and its surrounding area is being upgraded to become the second central business district of Hong Kong.
Although there are many positive impacts of the redevelopment, shortcomings will also arise. In terms of environmental aspects, air and noise pollution will become increasingly serious during the redevelopment process. The neighboring community will suffer. After the redevelopment, building height and density are incompatible with the surroundings. For example, the residential building, Grand Central, has more than 50 floors, while its surrounding buildings are only less than 10 floors high. It will act as an artificial wind barrier.
Looking at the social aspects, residents' social networks will be distorted as they are required to move away during the redevelopment. Besides, the historical, cultural, or architectural value of monuments, landmarks, or building structures may disappear during the redevelopment process. Local culture and collective memories will be lost. The night market of Yumen Square would be a remarkable sight. Regrettably, though, it is already lost to redevelopment. There are quite a number of constraints when it comes to urban redevelopment. As many stakeholders are involved, urban redevelopment is often lengthy and costly.
Generally speaking, the major difficulty in urban redevelopment is land resumption. In most cases, land ownership in older districts of Hong Kong is very complex. Buildings may have more than 5 owners. Some of them may have immigrated or passed away, leaving no way for the authorities to initiate discussion. More importantly, owners may be dissatisfied with the compensation and are hence not willing to leave.
On other occasions, there may be concern about the cost of relocation. Sometimes, residents may have to afford higher living costs after relocating to another place. Small businesses may also lose original customer networks and suffer from higher rent after relocation. These difficulties will lead to delayment since long periods of time are needed to persuade the landowners to accept the government's arrangements.
In the example of Kwun Tong Yumen Square, opposition from locals became a major constraint. The project is one of the larger redevelopment projects initiated by the Urban Renewal Authorities, with 5,000 people affected. Hence, when the redevelopment plans were enrolled, strong opposition came from the residents and merchants due to the lack of compensation.
In April 2021, a store owner climbed on top of a building in protest of the lack of compensation. In response, the Urban Renewal Authorities agreed to hold a meeting the very next day to discuss compensation arrangements with the tenants.
To conclude, it is true that urban redevelopment can bring many benefits, such as economic opportunities and an improved living standard. However, it may also cost the cultural integrity and social ties of entire district. Looking towards the future, we believe that many more redevelopment projects will be put forward. We hope that the government can learn from the Kwun Tong Town Centre project and value cultural and heritage conservation in other districts.點解你唔拍手嘅？
嚟過。
你唔緊要，嚟一次。
唔係佢拍，跟住我哋就
唔係你要拍之後講嘢啊嘛。